Languedoc-Roussillon in the south of France. A picturesque site near Château de las Tours and soon to be the venue of a huge event. The Euro Jeep Camp.
Ok, mais ils sont à quel endroit là?
500 Jeeps, more than 1,200 participants, and everything spread over one weekend. Brand loyalty in the style of sport-mad off-road fans. Those signed up for Jeep Camp should have a good sense of direction, because with 1,200 participants, countless activities and the many different starting areas, it's easy to lose track. It's a logistical challenge even for the event's organizers. Group 4 received their instructions, wondering exactly what kind of adventure awaits them. Will it be an adventure or a grueling test? Soon they will find out. At the Academy circuit, participants get to put the new Jeep Grand Cherokee through its paces. Marshals watch for correct driving technique. At the slope, we bump into actor Till Demptröder. He's a well-known fan of off-roading and himself a Jeep owner.
I like being outside in the countryside, and I like doing things outside. And to somehow conquer nature with a vehicle like this, it's cool. To say, that's not going to stop me. I'll just drive through or drive over it. There are no barriers. There's a feeling of freedom. And in today's civilized world, I see it as one of the last ways to be adventurous.
Luckily, he's never had a serious off-road accident, but he's no stranger to breakdowns.
Once in Turkey, near the Syrian border, I had an axle break. It was really funny, actually, because I really bonded with the people there, who were so keen to help me and made me replacement parts out of old pipes. Now we need to hold on. Now we're going to seesaw a bit. You have to choose the right moment to tip it. You have to strike a balance between accelerator and brakes. Yes, it worked.
While Till plays about a bit more on the seesaw, let's get on the trail of the Convoy group. It costs €300 to take part in Jeep Camp. Food, tours and all activities, such as climbing and quad biking, are included in the price. Only accommodation and travel expenses aren't provided. Jürgen has brought his Wrangler all the way from Frankfurt, and it has already logged 182,000 kilometers.
It's a
normal 1992 Wrangler. It used to belong to Philip Morris. That's why it's red and white. Apart from that, I've modified it a bit. It's been raised 4 inches. The tyres are larger, and the gear reduction in the differentials has been adjusted to fit these tyres, because once it broke due to the massive amount of torque.
What's so addictive about off-roading?
Driving different routes and finding out what a car like this can do. Most of the time, people don't dare to push the car to do everything it's capable of off-road. It's a bit of a community, and when you get stuck, you help each other, and you communicate with others a lot.
But in practice, there's not much communication involved. The desire to conquer an obstacle all by oneself is simply too great, especially when the camera's rolling.
Can't believe it. It's going nowhere fast.
Off-road, not a sport for those with back problems.
It didn't work because the tyre pressure was too high, as I'd adjusted it for driving on the road. And the tyres are very wide. For this terrain, narrow tyres are better. Once the wheels lose grip, there's really nothing you can do.
For those who've burned enough rubber, there's the regatta group. Under the guidance of an experienced skipper, everyone can pitch in. Till Demtröder is clearly in his second element.
I'm a real water lover. I love sailing, kayaking, diving, water skiing, anything that has to do with water. It's fascinating. I can't live without it.
The Qatar tour is somewhat more rustic. After a tranquil trip around the castles, it's time for a coffee in the cow pasture. Jeep Camp has something for everyone. Orienteering, team competitions and quad biking are all on the schedule. But it's also about seeing and being seen.
This is the Raptor. It's a Wrangler YJ, a 1992, so it's old school. Standard models are very flat and very small. This has bigger tyres and a longer shackle. We've also retrofitted it with leaf springs and a new chassis. We couldn't make it taller due to the garage. Any higher and it grazes the ceiling. There's 1 centimetre of clearance, so that's as high as it can get. There's a sense of freedom. It's fully open. You can take the doors off and you're out in the open. And where normal cars get stuck, I just keep driving.
Now that the Camel Trophy is no more, this is one of the last adventure playgrounds for real off-roaders.